Well, yeah, I mean, we do have something called REVamp. It's a new product that Maverick came out with, REVamp, which is the customer getting credit underwritten, which that would really be a difference. Because if you have an underwriter, look at the file prior to contract, prior to appraisal, subject to title, appraisal, and contract. That's an actual credit commitment, and they're issuing credit commitments, so we can get that as well if needed.
That's powerful. What do you foresee for Maverick? You're in Westchester, but what do you foresee as far as expansion? Growth?
Well, I foresee the company growing. I mean, at leaps and bounds. They already are. I mean, they're closing in excess of 500 loans a month. I mean, they're not a small company, and just by specializing in mortgages, that allows them to really, really be good at what they do. They just do that. I mean, that's the difference. That's why we're the big bank alternative. If you're going to go to one of the big box banks, the household names, you can go to them. But the problem is that that's not their main thrust. They take deposits, savings, do CDs, they do business loans, checking accounts, savings accounts. There's a whole host of other products. We just have one product. We concentrate on that, and we do a better job than just about every bank on the street, in my opinion. The large banks, it's a big, you're dealing with a huge bureaucracy. With Maverick, it's very streamlined. We do our underwriting pretty much locally here. Some of the loans get approved here in White Plains. Others go out to Parsippany, New Jersey. And, that's as far as it goes. The loans aren't shipped across the country. They're done locally here in Parsippany.
And that's all East Coast time, which is actually might be a benefit.
I mean, it can't be more than 40 minutes away. So the worst case scenario, if you had to drive a file over there, if you had a real problem, you're 40 minutes away from the solution.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's really a great new spot for you. I'm pleased, and it's a place where I know you can grow, and it's really I think a natural fit between Maverick Funding and REVamp, because Maverick, I know the bank there appreciates the direct realtor connection and the better way to serve the client.
Correct.
I think you should. That I did remember that our friend John DiTomaso from Ram Abstract is another big supporter of REVamp, and he's one of the initial supporters and affiliates as well. So we want to move a little bit forward into another area and something that we put together, which we had a bit of an undefined, but now a defined, specifically stated culture. And REVamp's culture is that of value and support. The values, of course, to the realtors, and that is the enrichment. That's the goal, is for them to be enriched. This is what I consider to be business education, and it is designed to be at no cost. The way in which it's gained is to, of course, learn with and from each other, and as I said, to push your best version of the best practices and professional standards on a monthly basis out there, to be subject to peer review, and to give it some, I guess, scholarly evaluation to see if you're doing it right. And the support feature is that of the affiliates, where they are there to provide support, be seen as an authority, be a resource, actually engage on a monthly basis with realtors with whom they'd like to establish business relations. They, as we've said before, offer individual support through sponsored memberships, and to allow the realtor to avoid costs. And this is a really active role, and it really it's a role within the 30-day conversation regarding that month's subject matter, and it is not really for the one. It's not limited to the 90-minute real estate dinner discussion. It's a month, and they're not really pushing and pulling to get to the realtors, or they shouldn't be, that night, because they have established relations. They're using this tool as essentially hosts of the organization and the monthly meeting to create relations with new realtors and other affiliates, and enhance relations with those they've already worked with. And